What's up, everyone? It is your girl, Gelbeauty-QM here, aka Grace, and you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? Time for another Why You Don't Eat video. So, Oden finally revealed their holiday collection. I'm pretty sure it comes out on the 10th. They usually like to do drops on Sundays, so I think that's a Sunday. Don't quote me, but it's supposed to come out. I should have pictures of it over here. So I saw it and I was just like, this is definitely a why you don't need moment. So I feel like it looks similar to a few palettes. Hopefully I will have the mock-ups up here, but the first palette just reminded me of some of the stuff they already had. Again, shout out to my girl Nina. She pointed out with her Instagram, you should go follow Nina over on Instagram. It shows that they're similar to palettes that they already have. Like, it looks kind of similar to the one they came out with the year before, the Hey Reindeer. It also looks similar to one of those Saga Freya ones and half of the Ethereal Twilight palette that I have done mock-ups of in the past and showed you. So I'm like, it's looking really similar to stuff I already have. I don't really need it. I'm going to buy it though because I love their holiday collection and every year I end up getting it. But the palette we're going to put it up against today, the what is the name of it? Rosie, I think it's called Rosie Jingle or Rosie Bells. Is the Nomad Province palette, because I was like, I feel like this is the one in my collection that has a good majority of the shades that are in that palette. Not to mention, if you own the Adept Cosmetics Lemonade palette, you have these same similar shades. It just doesn't have like the black shade, but it has a good majority of everything else in here. So if you own either one of those palettes already, this isn't one that you necessarily have to or need to pick up. Then we have the Silvery Bliss palette. I'm proud of myself because I usually say Silvery Bells, but it just gave me the vibes of the Glam Light Halloween palettes from last year and some of them from this year, because it looks like it could possibly be similar to that new Ghostface Returns palette that they came out with. Then it looks like the Freddy Krueger palette that they came out with. Then it looks like it could be part of the Chucky palette that they came out with for Valentine's Day one year. So I'm like, it looks like they just grabbed a holiday palette, but it felt like the wrong holiday. Like, I keep saying that, but I feel like it's like they should have put that for Halloween and gave us something else for Christmas, because it gives me Halloween vibes, and I felt like I could just pull one of the Halloween palettes from my collection and we could do this video. So that's what we're gonna do. So I pulled the Nightmare on Elm Street palette. I forgot the name of this one exactly. It's the red one though. So I pulled this one. I feel like I can make a similar look with this one as well. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and just show you all of these to show you why you don't need to buy the new Ulta collection. So if you like videos like this, if you like new makeup releases, I literally just got done doing one. If you like a good complexion video, I have done so many complexion videos, y'all. It is absurd. It is ridiculous. They should be flashing over my face right now because I have done quite a few of them. I'm actually not wearing one of them today for once, but I have done quite a few of them. For those of you all who are interested, you can look at the ones that's popping over my face now and check them out. If you like a good eyeshadow video, I did the Makeup by Mario eyeshadow video. I did the Natasha Denona Roxa palette, and I should have another one coming soon on the Huda Beauty Icy palette. So I've done 2 or 3 of those for those of you who are interested, along with the Charlotte Tilbury Beautyverse Love palette. If you like a good fragrance video, get a video on Snif's Honey Sweet. If you're interested in purchasing that, it just came back in stock. I do have a code, it's Grace10. You can purchase to get a discount. If you like more fragrance, I did one on Ellis Brooklyn's Dear Skye and Vanilla Sin as well, and I've done one on Killian's Old Fashioned. So I'm trying to catch up on my fragrance videos here and there. You gotta bear with me. And then of course there's fashion videos, because what girl doesn't love a good fashion moment? So you all had asked me, like about a year ago, somebody asked me to start doing fashion content. So I do fashion shorts twice a week, and then I have like a couple of fashion videos dedicated. It's this brand called Johansson that I really like, that I showed you all some of the clothes from. They're actually having a 40% off sale right now on their website. It's an early Black Friday situation, so I'll try to link that down below, or I'll try to link it in that video if you go over and watch it. Then I did one on Forever 21 because they had a great Black Friday, not Black Friday, Labor Day sale, so I went ahead and bought a few things from them. I am going to do one on TJ Maxx for the person who asked me, so just stay tuned for that. So without further ado, let's get into this. So let me zoom in real quick and cute light. So I'm going to start off with the lighter tone one, so that way this things won't stain my eyes and too much be going on. So this is Rosie Jingle, I'm pretty sure. So we'll start off with Province for that one, and then we'll end with the Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger palette and call it a day. I'm sorry about the lighting, you all, but the cord that showed up today for my glam cord light that literally sits right here in front of me, the plug didn't work, so I need to go order another one or find another one to make sure it works so I can light it back up, because it's just a short in this one and that's what's messing it up. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so this is the eye that I chose. So you all saw the palette, so I combined these two together to get like our reddish pinkish shade. I used these two shades at the top. This is our outer V shade, and this is our lid shade, and this is our inner corner shade. So I used these three right here, these two down here, and these two up here to create the look we are working with. So let's start off with the shade here. But yeah, I am like so tired of everybody talking about these Brazilian Jenkins people. I'm like, Lord, I feel like every commentary person I watch has talked about them, and I'm just like, ugh. It's like everybody keeps telling these different stories about different things going on with this family, and I'm like, Lord, like how much is it? I've heard like a couple of different takes though, so I'm kind of like confused, because I'm like, because some people talk about like when it comes to the lady's husband, because the guy that she's calling her husband isn't actually her husband. Some people are saying she's divorced from this guy that she was initially married to, that she has her 2 daughters with. And then some people are saying that her what do you call it, that her she's still married to the guy. I'm not sure if she's still married to him or not. I heard she was, and people are showing evidence that she is, but I've heard some other people saying that, like, she's supposed to have divorced him and like left her mom with like this $10,000 bill for the lawyer to get divorced from the guy after like she didn't have enough money to divorce him herself. So I'm just like, I'm not sure which one it is, but I'm just like, it's a hot mess. But that's the thing, I hear very few people talking about her side of her drama going on. Everybody's just focusing on the dude and the lady that came down about him not paying his child support. Nobody talked. I think I saw one person talk about how he was the second kid he had before he got with her, because she's his third like baby mama or whatever, like his second one. Like I heard he got the kid from her because she was like a meth addict, and then she ended up, what do you call it, I'm just taking them off, shaving down, putting this on the outer V. They ended up both being drug addicts, and he went and got clean, she didn't, and then he got the kid, and then he moved into that 1-bedroom apartment that him and the girlfriend are living in now. Now she was supposed to be living with her mom and moved back to where her mom was, because she had moved out of state with like her husband or whatever, and they were saying, which I think he's supposed to be her ex-husband now. Again, like I said, I don't know. They're saying that like he had his family was well off and she didn't want him taking her kids, so she just moved back to like this Oregon place because she had left and moved with him. And it ended up being a whole thing, like I just said, where the mom had to pay $10,000 or whatever. So her mom had this 3-bedroom apartment, so everybody had their own room. So her kids and her had one room, her sister lived in another room, and then the I'm gonna take the light pink now, put it in the crease, rose, and then the what do you call them? Her sister had her room, so everybody had a room in the house or whatever. And then the sister moved out eventually, so then her daughters got to have her sister's room, and then she got to have her own room. So they were at her mom's house chilling, you know. Her kids had their own room, she had her own room, and then she meets the husband, the Andrew man or whatever. So they meet, and then she's supposed to and then she decides she wants to move in with him. So she leaves her mom and this nice, like, you know, 3-bedroom house where her kids can have their own room, for them to have to go sleep on the floor, and for her and her boyfriend to have a room, since he only had a 1-bedroom apartment. So I'm assuming his son was sleeping in the room with him. So now all the kids have to sleep on the floor because they decided they want to be together, instead of just her coming to visit him and stay with him on the weekends or whatever, and just come to visit him in the daytime when like his kid was at school and her kids were at school or whatever. So I'm like, I don't get what the purpose of that was. I hear this place is really small too, to the point where like you don't have to necessarily do all that, but they chose to do all that, and I'm just like, okay, I don't understand. It's really weird to me. However, I just don't like the fact that they're just honing in on the fact that the guy, like, they have the kid, because he actually got, I'm assuming he has custody of the other kid that lives with him now, because the mom was on drugs and they claim he went and got clean or whatever. But then I guess he's been having like relapses from time to time, because then this other video popped up from this other girl that was dating him before he got with her. So like technically I guess she's like the 4th girlfriend and the 3rd baby mama. It was a whole thing. I'm just like, child, it's just like a whole soap opera. I'm like, I can't. I can't with whatever this is. It's just absurd. I can't. No, but like, so it's just a lot going on, you know. It's a lot, and I don't know. But I do know that everybody's mentioning all his issues and all his drama, and like you hardly, if ever, hear anyone mention about her having this whole husband that like raped his mom, and raped his mom and his grandma, and was like supposed to be like a pedo. So he has grape and then pedo situations going on according to the court documents, because somebody pulled them up. I don't know whose video I was watching, but it was like somebody pulled up and it talked about this. So it's like she dated somebody who's into pedo and grape, but y'all want to talk about this man not paying for that. I'm like, I'm just hoping he didn't do anything to their actual kids, since he had this record. So all that is alleged. Like, you can actually see the documentation about him and his situation. But I'm saying, as far as like the their kids, I'm praying to God nothing happened to them. But they're saying that she got CPS charges. And then I was watching where people were saying that her mom was trying to get custody of the kids because they didn't like the fact that, you know, her grandkids had to sleep on the floor when she had bought a 3-bedroom apartment to have them stay. And when she was with the mama, she had to work and do all that stuff because her name was on the lease, and that's how they paid the bill, because her mom literally like stayed at home and watched her kids, so she didn't have to worry about anything. All she had to do was go work and come back. So I'm like, what in the... So I'm like, you left all that just to like struggle? I don't get it. I mean, I was blessed and fortunate to have a mom who's retired and who could watch Adrian when he was younger, but it's like, you know, everybody doesn't have that. So the fact that you had that and you like ran off, to me is just insane. I don't get it at all. But I heard allegedly that she, like, you know, be on that Mary Jane, and then that he like something that rhymes with Seth. So I don't know if that's where they like bonded and came together or whatever, and that's why, you know, I don't know. I just know that I don't understand why nobody is talking about everything that happens. Everybody just keeps talking about him and not want to have a job and support. I guess because he's like the man, that's why people are doing that. But it's like she was married to a whole pedo, and then had this case, and then like there were other allegations that came up. So I'm like, all these allegations coming up on her too, but everybody just wants to focus on this man not paying child support. And I'm not saying that that shouldn't be a focus. It definitely should be, especially because she keeps trying to have kids with him when, you know, he doesn't want to take care of the ones he already has. So I get the focus on that, but it's like, there's a lot of stuff going on here, and I feel like you're just hyper focusing on the minority in the relationship, and that's honestly my whole issue with it. Like, everybody got drama in this relationship. Don't act like it's just him. He got baggage, she got baggage. They came and brought their baggage together in this tiny apartment, in addition to their many children, and had more children. So like, talk about everybody's drama. Don't just hyper focus on the, you know, the minority of the situation. That's what I want to talk about with you all, and that's why I brought it up, because I'm like, I feel like they're just hyper focusing on him and not really paying attention to her, like, and all the stuff she has going on too. Because it's like, she got stuff going on too now. We're not just gonna be like, oh, well, he did this and he's not providing all that. Like, yeah, that's true, but it's like, there's other stuff going on here. Can we focus on all of it and not just think we're gonna focus on the minority to feel justified about the stereotypes that go on in the world as it is? Like, although he is perpetuating them, she's still like contributing in her way as well. Let's look at both of them. Let's not just look at him and hyper focus on that situation, you know? So, let me put this purple in the corner. Okay, so that's it for the first look. This is supposed to be the Rosy Jingle palette. I'm going to come back with the Freddy Krueger palette from, what do you call it? Glam Light, and then we'll get into the second look. But this is what we're working with the first one. I'm gonna put on some mascara, take some sexy pictures, and then I will return. But let me know how you feel about it, because I'm like, I mean, I feel like I'm not trying to defend him in any way. Let me make that clear. Like, I'm not trying to defend this type of ratchet behavior. You not providing for the, you know, people you help bring to the world. But at the same time, it's like, you know, since he's not the only one in this dynamic, he's not the only one who has issues in this dynamic, I just kind of don't appreciate everybody hyper focusing on that one issue like there aren't 5-10 different other issues out here to deal with involving this whole situation. So that's why I was talking about it, just to see if anybody else had heard any of the other things that I heard, because all I keep hearing is he didn't do this and he didn't do that, and then showing the video of the lady talking about it. But it's like, I don't hear hardly anyone talking about all the other elements on the with the other parent. Everybody's just focusing on him. So it's not really giving Christmas vibes to me. It's giving more Halloween vibes, but this is what we have to work with, because that's the colors that's in the palette from what you see right here. So just giving you what I can give you based upon what we got. So I use these, I use these two shades right here. This is our inner corner, this is our lid, this is our transition shade because there isn't one deep enough, this is our crease shade, and this is our outer V shade. So I kept it pretty simple, playing off the colors that are in these other palettes in order to make it work. So the only downside to this one is you won't have a transition shade, and yes, you're gonna go for that grayish type tone that's in my crease. You'll have to do like your bronzer in the crease, or you just dip into a single eyeshadow to have a transition shade if you don't like necessarily what's going on here. But I was trying to be true to what's going on inside the palette, so I kind of had to do it this way because there's not a transition shade that works for my skin tone in this palette. So I'm gonna go into the black one. Okay, y'all, let's get into this gray now for the crease. And I feel like it actually pulls pretty close to the black, because I don't feel like the black is necessarily a charcoal black. I feel like it's more like a dark grayish black. It's not like a true black, basically. Got the crease with some glitter glue in order to get this silvery shimmery shade on the lid. I feel like the Beaute Bar palette, you know, the what's it called, the Vamp palette, could go really nicely with this too. Now it doesn't have the silver, but at least it, wait, no, I think it might have the silver in it, and I feel like it has some of the other tones. The only thing is it has a blue in it that isn't in this palette, but you know, I feel like there's enough other shades that if you have that one, you might be able to make that work too. Look how slim this silver is. I'm just over here like, y'all was like, so go ahead and let it go up Sunday. We'll have to see, I don't know. Now let's take the red shade and pop that in the inner corner. It's really hard trying to work with this light, y'all. I'm sorry. So I'm trying to turn my head at angles to make sure you can see the lighting is best, along with myself, since I gotta, you know, sit here and try to pull it all together, child, because it's a lot. Okay, so back you on up a little bit now that we are done. So I'm going to most likely put on my red eyeliner. Well, I have to see, because I'm thinking about just putting on black instead, because I feel like that might give a little oomph to it. But my black one dried out, so I'm actually need to get some more eyeliners, as shocking as that is. Because I usually hold on to a lot of eyeliners, but they're usually like colorful. I think I've actually run out of black ones completely, so I might have to, you know, like get me a black one from, who was it, NYX or somebody like that, just so I can have something to put on the eyes real quick. But this is the finished look with this palette. I like the I think it's nice. I think we did a good job of duping the shades that were in the other palette. There is a little more aubergine-ish type outer V shades in there. That's why I stuck to the black, because I knew this palette had a black and that one had a black, and along with the gray. So I tried to stick with the colors that are already in there, but they do have a little bit of gold and aubergine inside palette that is not in this Freddy Krueger palette. So if you're interested in those tones, then maybe it'll be more interesting to you. Same thing with the what is it, I think I already put it up, but the Provence palette, it doesn't have the bright red in there, and a little bit more of the pink in there that's in this palette, that's in the Rosy Jingle palette. So that's just something to keep in mind with both of the eye looks I created. They're not exact. I just try to give you alternatives to something you already have, so that way you don't have to spend that coin, girl. But if you are interested in getting it, you should be able to use code Cage Makeup at checkout for Oden's Eye. I know Karen has a code with them. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Remember, you all are dimes. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.